Not every car is bought with logic. Some, like this one, are chosen with your gut. This is the Jeep Wrangler Willys 414XC, which means it's a plug-in. Here I have a piece of history with tomorrow's technology. It's like saying, well, I'm a war veteran, but now I plug myself into the wall. Dad, so now you should also take advantage and plug yourself in by subscribing to my channel. This car deserves for you to do it. The mud in the mountains didn't give me time to take it to the mud in the mountains because I had other recordings that finished yesterday afternoon. They'll take this in 2 hours, but I had to do it and show you before I left. And I'm going to explain why. It's been months since I've had so many people stop me on the street to ask about a car like this. I was amazed. Everyone wants to know about it. Everyone wants to know what's up with those rims, which are just spectacular. What engine does it have? What's in there? It's gotten so much attention just driving it around as if I were in a supercar. It's been incredible. So, subscribe to my channel, hit the bell, and let's stay connected. Thanks. The base price starts at $50,695. This is the one I'm testing. It has what's called the 41 package, special paint, heritage interior, and more. It has all the options you can add, just like I described to you. $73,095, this package that's behind me with what's called destination included. It should be clear to you that this isn't for just anyone. This is an expensive car. If you're looking for an off-roader with military pedigree, look, and you're not ashamed to show up every day at your fancy office in one of these things, because honestly, this looks like it's ready to invade Normandy or any war zone you can imagine. Now it wants to do it quietly. You get 21 miles just in electric mode, which means here, where I am in Miami, now I can go to any office nearby. Here, 40 miles round trip, and I work for free. Well, on battery, not gas. So, if you're going to pay for this car, you should keep your lifestyle or be in a salary range of $150,000 a year. Do you remember the formula I've been teaching you little by little to buy cars? Because that way you'll enjoy it, okay, without having to struggle with the payments. Color 41 is a direct nod to the original World War II cars. The 17-inch rims are painted to match the color of the car. They're high-profile tires, but they're not for showing off. That's just how they are, because with those tires, you get grip. Dirt, snow, whatever's in your way, it's all the same. Bumpers that are cut, guards that are super solid, pure iron. The high stance and approach angle make it clear this isn't an SUV. To go to the mall, to go shopping, for nothing else. The lines are square. It's kind of a bold, almost arrogant look, which is not bad at all. Look at the hooks we have here, positioned at the top. Remember that up front you can put a winch to tow or to be towed down below. We have those protectors that are made of pure steel with a good thickness. It's super prepared. And of course, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Iconic design with a round modern LED light. That's what we have here. The windshield is nearly straight with only a slight angle. The doors and most parts are removable for engine access. We have to open the sides. I'm going to show you that right now, so you can tie down whatever you want up here on top, and the windshield also folds forward. Okay, so you get air coming in from the front. When you're out in the field, driving around, it does that, and when you fold it forward, it also rests here, on top of this. A fully removable roof feels like true freedom. When it's open, it's incredible. Imagine this without doors, without a door, without a roof. Here we have the plug to connect it to electricity on this side because it's a plug-in. Don't forget about that, okay? A bar that I always talk about, this bar. You need to have this bar when you go off-road for when the rocks come here. This maintains door structure and placement, which is crucial during rollovers, especially with large trucks. Or whatever, I ask for it. Sometimes they put it on just for decoration, and I say, why do they put that there? Put it on this, it's worth it. I think this isn't a very beautiful car, it's a very functional car, and that's where its real appeal lies. I was at the launch of the first Forma, and that was an event in Texas. I asked him what he was doing. A whim. Is that what you're doing? To the company, of course. And he told me, no, of course, we're not paying tribute to the first military Jeeps. This car defined everything that is called the off-road concept. 80 years later, the formula is still the same. Chassis, frame rails, solid axles, and off-road capability that still puts pressure on SUVs that cost twice as much. And what's the difference? Well, now it has that plug-in hybrid heart. And something as simple as opening this hood in such a mechanical way makes you feel like you're in another era. Here under the hood, we have a 2-liter turbo, of course, 4 cylinders that are connected to an electric motor. The electric motor is built into the transmission, and there's an e-torque starter generator. All of that totals 375 horsepower and 470 pound-feet of torque. All of that is being sent to all 4 wheels through an 8-speed automatic transmission. The 17.3 kilowatt battery alone provides a 21-mile range. If you combine it with the engine and use them together, you get 49 miles per gallon. And if you only use the gasoline engine, you get 20 miles per gallon. The best option is to combine them. For those 20 off-road miles, I go fully electric for extra punch. But you give up the engine's roar, which I enjoy. It depends, right? I enjoy off-roading because feeling the engine lets me know what I'm doing. I don't know if it's the same for you guys. Traction system and capabilities. Let's discuss this part here. Choose track full-time overdrive. The transfer case lets you choose between cruising around the city or climbing over rocks, which can be as big as your ego. Solid axles, coil springs, and we're talking front and rear. And the control arms, which are sturdy, keep everything under control. Full front and rear suspension with solid axles, link arms, and coil springs. The standard I'm talking about, which is golden for what's called pure off-road, the true purists who do off-road want all of that, but don't expect the smoothness you'd get from a luxury SUV on the road. That's not the case here. The brakes are disc brakes on all 4 wheels with ABS, and they're regenerative to charge the battery. Back here, of course, we have seats that are foldable. When you lay them down, you don't get a flat space back here, but it does open up more cargo space. And what if I had the whole roof open, which I don't have open? Remember, I'm not doing the rides. I'm recording this here in Miami, in front of my house. It's amazing how spacious it is and how freely you can see the sky from here. Is this worth it? We have headrests that go up here as well, of course, and we have a cup holder. We open the bottom part, and what we have here is the battery. I don't even understand why they let us open this, because what's down here is the battery. This should stay closed since you don't want to touch the battery, right? The rubber mats can be removed and washed, making cleaning easy. The space doesn't feel cramped when you're a passenger. My knees don't touch, and even the seats, your legs aren't raised like in other cars where your legs are up. Here, it feels just right. We have the window controls here in the center. Air vents. I don't see any SUV connectors back here. I only see connectors up front, speakers in the ceiling, which are great if you want them for the sound, really spectacular. Grab handles too. This back here is very classic, which I really like. This is a camera here in the center. The wheels are mounted. Of course, it's mounted on a steel piece so it doesn't get damaged and ruin the door. Let's open here. Towards the side, we open up here and we can see the cargo space we have isn't very big, but it's fine. At the bottom, we have the connection with the cable for what would be charging. Of course, there are connectors back here for 12 volts. There's a place for when you remove pieces of the roof. Here we have where to store it. And there's a bigger speaker for the sound system. To the bread at the back door. And typical and classic, okay? Always remember to lower the top window first, then close the clean windshield door. We have it at the bottom and we close here. Of course, we have all the hooks to be able to tow and everything else. When you start it, you have to get used to the fact that this isn't going to make any noise, okay? Here on the left-hand side, I have 3 buttons for electric, safe, and hybrid. I'm going to keep it in electric mode now because I still have some charge left. I had charged it, so I have roughly some electric range left. 14 miles. I think I can use it without any problem with those miles I have left. Of course, I have Pro CarPlay and Android Auto connection here. I'm going to go up here and close the window because it's really hot. Here I put it in drive. Here I have the big lever for the whole 4-wheel drive system. And here I have the controls to lock the axles. Okay, an off-road button and auxiliary buttons. Are we driving too? I can handle it better in my left hand. Since I'm in the city where four-wheel drive isn't needed, I'll leave it in the right mode instead of manual. I already told you that this has to be done in the mud, but I can't do it in the mud. Not everything can be done. On another occasion, I'll do it in the mud for you, like I've done in the past. Besides, here in Miami, you know, I've told you that they've closed almost all the places where I used to do the mud because people go there to dump trash. I can't understand that. I'll never understand it. They dump construction waste there and close off the areas, leaving you without recreation spots, even though they're national parks. What kind of terrible people do that? I'm telling you the truth, because they're going to kill all the animals that are there. And besides, they close those places. No, that's one of the things that really bothers me here. But anyway, let's get back to what the real car is about. Inside that, the contrast is called Black Heritage Town. We have black, this is a kind of denim here, with stitching that's nice. And tan is the color we have on the seats. It's like a retro nod to the materials, which are very durable materials, right? Because these are materials that are ready to take it into the mud, to take it into the dirt, and that they still look good after you give them a wash, whether it's inside or outside. It has what's called the technology group package. Even though it's a completely off-road vehicle, the seats are very comfortable, okay? But they're not the kind of seats you sink into like a soft couch. They're not too hard, just right for what they are. I like them for this kind of off-road driving, going off the beaten path. And it gives you the feeling that every button in here is the reason this exists, because all the buttons are really thick, really tough, really, honestly, the handle, everything you touch here is designed, like I say, for real men who deserve respect. I've seen some incredible women rocking out who are total beasts. Okay, this has the 41 package. That 41 package costs you $9,235. Does it give you all these exclusive finishes? From what we've been talking about here now, at this moment it has the package called trailer, all the auxiliary equipment, so you can tow with this car, with the special package it has. It adds a lot of accessories for that kind of thing. It has what's called the active safety group for safety. All the air conditioning buttons are placed here, a little lower down. I have a 12-volt outlet, and all the buttons to raise and lower the windows are here in the center. It's confusing at first since you can't find it, but here it is. This is my seal, it's my regular, and there's an auxiliary connector down here. I already have everything here, including the off-road package. A button for off-road setup and 4 auxiliary buttons. If you want to add a winch, lights, or anything else, the 4-wheel drive lever has 4 modes and is located on the left-hand side. Everything is integrated, well finished, and includes 2 cup holders. Real handbrake lever. In here, there are 2 spaces, one small and one a bit bigger. Okay, with some tools we have in there in case you want to remove any of the roof components or something. The tools are in here, the ones you need for that. The start button is a single one-touch button. To move the steering wheel, here we raise it and lower it. It's completely mechanical, nothing electronic, as everything here should be mechanical, and it is. I really like that. They consider it one of the most authentic Wranglers in the current lineup. Okay, because it has a great combination of what's called electric efficiency and off-road power. I know some people have criticized it for the high price, but that's just what it costs. All the equipment here, plus the battery and more. If we compare it, let's say we're comparing it because remember, this has it 49 miles per electric gallon, 21 miles only in electric mode. It's more efficient than a V6 or a V8 range, okay? But it's not the champion of the highway either. We're not fooling ourselves at this price, right? You have the Land Rover Defender, you have a Ford Bronco, you have a Toyota Land Cruiser, but none of those have the exact mix of history and capability that this car has. Besides, like this one, it combines electrification with pure off-road capability. Even better, I have great visibility since the whole roof opens. Here, above me are the speakers. It's big, so you can have a lot of sounds, a lot of air, take off the doors, take everything off, and you go here very free in this interior, which I like a lot, because besides, it feels comfortable. Okay, it feels very, very, very comfortable. To press the full off-road button, you have to put it in all-wheel drive. I'm not in an all-wheel drive camp now. I like the left side steering wheel because I can control the cluster info and adaptive cruise control from there. I have all of this here. I can connect to the phone and everything else. I have the window controls here on the left side, handles here, and everything here is hard. Here we have the buttons to open the garage, but I'll show you a little bit so you can see a bit there. Because it's electric, besides everything else, it's electric, so it gives you a quick feeling of freedom from everything. And we do it with the roof open, which, since it's electric, everything stays there, enclosed in a nice way. It's easy because otherwise you have to remove it, store it at home, and do a bunch of things. Here, there's no need to do any of that. We're in the middle of Miami summer. You mean the heat? You burn your head really fast. Like they say out here, if you burn your head, you do it super fast. Other than that, you tell me what you think about Jeep. I know that Jeep fans love this car all over the country. Well, all over the world. They're selling more than 2 million of these every year worldwide from the Jeep brand. Not just this model, but the entire Jeep brand. The fan base, and everyone has copied it. Everyone has copied it because I've seen that. I've witnessed how they copy it, However, this is still super original, which I think is pretty fascinating, pretty entertaining. You'll say yes or something, but honestly, yes. Here on the central lever, we have the number 41 with a red button on the front for when we need to make changes to the lever. Even the small handles let us open and close the door. They have that Jeep metal look, although they don't seem to be metal. They seem more like plastic, but they have all that luxury. Okay, which is fantastic, absolutely fantastic. So let me know in the comments below what you think about this Jeep. I think it's fantastic for the places I travel to, wonderful here in Miami. If anyone off-roads and watches this video, I'm looking for a place to film my trucks and off-road car. Now, I don't know any place to go. I have nowhere to go. I could go to Lacey's Prince, but it's nearly 2 hours away, and I'll have to if there's no other choice. If someone in Miami can find a spot for me to make these off-road videos, it doesn't need to be extreme. I don't need to be deep in the mud, just make it look a little off-road with some dirt. And if someone tells me, look, we can do it at this place, that would be fantastic, because that way, when I have one at home, I'll know where to take it to record. Okay, please, I need that help. This tows 3,500 pounds. There's a package called Taylor Show. This is like a war veteran who just learned how to use a smartphone. That's basically what it is. It keeps the same toughness and authenticity as always, and now we have this green touch, but this green touch is for the modern world. If what you're looking for is a chew-bit to go to the mall and show off, keep moving because this isn't for you. But if what you want is a piece of history ready for any terrain, now we're really talking, because with this, every weekend you'll be saying, well, what's my next adventure? Thanks for subscribing. See you next time.